Hey guys, Mzbrooklyn here. Welcome back to my channel, Mzbrooklyn's BeYouty-Corner. In this video, I'm showing you exactly how I learned to customize a frontal and get it ready before I apply it. We're going to go through everything from bleaching the knots to actually tinting the lace to match our scalp and to plucking a natural looking hairline. This is a two-part video and it is very detailed. This is part one. Let's jump right into it as we have a lot of ground to cover. The hair that I will be using for this entire video is hair from Sunber. I will have their information down below in the description box. My hair came in approximately 3 days via USPS and it comes in this lovely box. I have 3 bundles of 24 inches of kinky curly, I believe, and 1 bundle of 22 and a 20-inch frontal. I just want to give you a close-up details. I'm looking at the hair for the first time with you guys. The hair is very lustrous, very soft. It has a gorgeous luster. The ends are beautiful, and I did notice that it has tons of body. It moves, it shakes. Nothing out of the ordinary, or that I could see. As far as I know, the girth was really thick. I wanted you guys to get into how thick the girth was, and the hair did have a smell, but black market hair, you're gonna get that. And here's the frontal. I realized that the frontal was pre-plucked, so yay on their part. The lace wasn't too bad, but it still was not my skin tone, and I want a seamless frontal. So yeah, this is the close-up of the frontal. Now, one of the things I do when I receive frontals is, because I know frontals are very delicate, some frontals are good and some of them are bad. This one does have baby hairs, so what you're gonna see me do is I'm going to rake my fingers through it softly just to see how strong the frontal is and if it's gonna shed. And yes, I did get some hair, and as I was washing it, you're gonna see I got hair. So now on to bleaching the knots. To bleach the knots of my frontal, I'm going to use some Quick Blue Developer. I'm going to use some Quick Blue Bleach. I'm going to use Volume Developer 30. You can use 40. And I'm going to use Shimmering Lights conditioner to tone the actual hair. And to actually cleanse the hair and condition the hair and restore the curls, I'm going to use silicone mix. So in a mixing bowl, I'm going to add 1.5 scoops of the L'Oreal Quick Blue bleach. I like the Quick Blue because it's less harsh, less fumey, but it takes a little longer to lift. I'm going to add a little bit of 30 volume developer, and it's like an equal ratio. You want to add a little at a time because you're looking for a very thick consistency. Your consistency needs to be the same consistency as toothpaste, only when it comes to the frontal. Now what you see here is I'm taking a damp rag and I'm running it along the hairline of the hair, not on the lace, just the hair, so that if any bleach comes onto it, it's not going to process as harshly. Now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to softly smear this thick mixture onto the bleach. Do not apply a lot of pressure. You just want it to sit right over top. I made the mistake of flipping mine over onto the plastic and sealing it, and that applied pressure and made it seep on one side of the frontal, but I was able to pluck it out during the hairline process anyway, so it didn't really bother me so much. But please do not let your bleach penetrate through the frontal. You do not want that. So if bleach touches it, you're going to take that damp rag and you're going to wipe it off again. Be very gentle. Use the lightest hand. We're bleaching the knots so that when we part it, we don't see black dots everywhere, and then we just see a nice seamless lace. Okay, this is what it should look like. After 25 minutes of processing, I decided this was good enough for me, and I went ahead and I rinsed it out using cold water to neutralize it. I'm just going to rinse it out and rake my fingers through to make sure I'm getting all of that bleach mixture out. And then I'm going to take my Shimmering Lights and I'm going to put it on the lace, because you see that brassiness that you see there. It's like an orangey brownie. We don't want that. So the Shimmering Lights is going to make it very cool tone and neutral. It's going to balance off the orange brassiness. I'm going to let that sit for 5 minutes and then I'm going to rinse it off. I'm not going to condition it with silicone mix just yet. I'm just going to rinse it off and put it to the side. Now I'm going to go ahead and wash my bundles. I just want to show you what what the bundles look like when you wash it. This is one of the bundles. I did them one by one, and as you can see, nothing is coming out in the water. The water is pretty clean. I'm going to take the silicone mix and I'm going to add a generous amount throughout the bundles, make sure I get it clean. The hair was a little dirty. You know, the water wound up getting a little cloudy, not just based on the conditioner, but you can see, you know, a little dirt or whatever. So you never want to wear the hair right out the pack. Surprisingly, no, Brooklyn is not coloring this hair. When I have curly hair, I want it raw. Like, I find that it's the best, it behaves the best raw. So this is the hair after I wash it. Very pretty. And now I'm going to take you through how we tint the hair. Okay, so you want a large clear glass bowl that can handle heat, or a plastic bowl that can handle hot water. I'm going to be using the Adore semi-permanent hair dye. You can use fabric dye if you want. People use that, but I'm using this because I've done this before and I like how it comes out. I'm going to take my boiling hot water and I'm going to put it into the bowl. I'm going to let it cool down a little bit, and I'm putting a couple of drops of each one. Now for me and my scalp mixture, I find that 2 drops of the brown and 2 drops of the cinnamon makes a pretty combination for me. Now you want to test out the color on white paper towel. Mix the water, dip white paper towel into it, because it's going to transfer onto the paper towel. The paper towel is going to take the color, and you're going to see what kind of color your lace is going to be. I've done this once before, so I know the measurement that works for my scalp mixture. It's better to do a little bit of color at a time. So if it's too light for you, you might want to add more hair dye. If it's too dark, you're going to want to boil more water and add it to the mixture. So mine was perfect. I'm dipping only the frontal part into the water, making sure I don't dip the hair in because I don't want to change the texture or of the hair, which it didn't even affect it. So that was good. I'm going to leave this in this piping hot water for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, notice how the water barely has any color left. My lace literally drank up all the color, and now look at my lace. It's damn near perfect. When it dries and I put it against my scalp, you're gonna see it's like the perfect skin flesh color for me. Now I'm gonna just rinse it off with cool water to seal it in. You know, cold locks things in. And I don't know, I'm just saying, that's my theory. Cold locks moisture in. The hair was, you know, it's shedding. The lace is shedding. Frontals are very, very delicate. You want to really be careful with it. Here's what we have. I let mine dry overnight. You could go into this part with the hair wet. I actually recommend it. So what we're going to do is hold the frontal from ear to ear or tab to tab, and we're going to make sure it is aligned properly. You then want to fold it in half so that you can find your center mark. That line directly in the center is going to be like your center part. Use a white eyeliner pencil or anything white that you can mark the center part with. Make a tab there and line it up on your Spanx stone cap center like so. You see how I'm doing it? Precisely in the center, and the tabs are hanging perfect, because this is going to make a seamless sew installation for you. This part is very crucial. I find it helps your lace lay so flat and more comfortable on the head. So you can see I'm securing it with T-pins. I have all my markings, and I'm just going to pin it down so that it's secure. When I'm plucking my lace, I'm not ripping it, and it's taut when it's time for me to pull it and sew it down. So I'm just going to secure the lace. You want to make sure it's secured, because when you start plucking, the thing is going to fly and you can rip your lace. Be delicate. Take your tweezers and part the baby hairs out of the way, and even part a little bit more out the way so that you can start behind the hairline in opposed to in front of the hairline. What you want to do is make it less dense. You want to make the density thinner, because you want a gradient effect. You want your hair to naturally grade in from edges to from baby hair to edges to actual hairline. It has to be a gradient effect. This part is tedious. We've done many of these tutorials, plucking tutorials on my channel. I'll link a few that's a lot more detailed, but basically we're doing the same thing, except we're taking our time to create that gradient effect. Do not overpluck. This point is better to underpluck than overpluck. I'll show you why in part 2. So we're going to get it to our liking on the the mannequin head, right? It's gonna look gorgeous on the mannequin head, but when you put it on your head, you're gonna find that there's room for more improvement. If you over pluck on the mannequin head, when you put it on your head, you can't fix whatever room for improvement there is. In fact, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. You don't want that. It's better to under pluck while it's on the mannequin than over pluck, okay? So we're going to take our time, make the gradient effect, and then we're going to work on the baby hair. We're going to thin that out as well. As you can see, I'm pulling and I'm thinning, I'm plucking hairs out of the lace. And look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. It looks a lot more natural. I know that once I put it on my head, it's gonna sit nice, it's gonna flow nice, and there's room for improvement once I put it on my head. Now I just want to show you, very crucial, major key. You see these two tabs? You do not want to sew that down onto your dome cap or your wig cap, excuse me. You want to leave those tabs free. So I put T-pins there to stop me from sewing there. I know that I sew behind it and not in front of it. So as you can see, I'm starting my sew down in behind the T-pins because I do not want to sew those tabs down. It's very crucial for when you're laying your wig down and you are securing it that those tabs are free. I'll show you why in part 2. Now that I've secured my frontal, guys, you saw it. That thing was seamless. It was taut, not going anywhere. I'm gonna cut the excess dome cap off, and I'm gonna do it neatly. And what you want to do is you want to cut the band that is on your dome cap, because that is gonna be your elastic band should you choose to do the elastic band method. That's why you don't want to cut it too wild. Make sure you hold on to your band, because if you want to do the elastic band method, that's what you can use. Here's the hair a day later after it air dried. Gorgeous. All I'm going to do is sew my hair down. Now, I've done many hair tutorials. I'm going to link them below. We're not going to waste time on that in this video. This video is strictly about the frontal. So guys, we've come to the end of part 1 on how to customize the frontal, and you're going to see how we get to these results in part 2. I really hope you found this video informative. If you have any questions, let me know down below. We're not 100% a pro yet, but we're getting there. Thumbs this video up for me if you like the information. It lets me know you want more detailed videos like this, and I want to be as helpful as I can as I learn, because I am gonna master this frontal game, trust me. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. Don't forget Sunber Hair. All the information is down below in the description box. Bye.